Welcome back to Absolute Cooking. We've just returned home from the school run and my son Evan has decided he would like a tomatoey pasta for dinner. So I've had a look in my fridge and I happen to have some leek, some celery, some yellow peppers. He's not keen on peppers, so I'm going to get them into the sauce so he's no idea they're in there. Some garlic, some onion, and I've got some herbs from the garden. I've got some basil, I've got some fresh mint and some parsley. I'm using the stalks as well because they're all going to get whizzed in, so the flavour will just all be blended into the sauce. Okie dokie. And I've also got I use powdered bouillon, powdered stock, sort of this kind of stuff, but you can use a crumbled good quality cube if you need to. I've got some tin tomatoes, and I have some tomato puree. Okay, so we're going to move on to the preparation. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you my handy little trick, which I've shown before on video clips, and it's the magic removal of the skin from the garlic clove. So we have our garlic clove on the board, we have our knife on its side with the board like that. We're going to put that on top of the garlic clove, and here comes the magic words, whack. There we go, and watch that, that just falls away from the garlic. So there's absolutely no need for fancy schmancy contraptions to do this. Okay, so I've got my garlic clove peeled. The next thing I'm going to do is chop up my onion. Don't really need it fine dice, it's just all going to get whizzed anyway. So I've left the root on, there's a reason for that. Just going to peel off the outer skin here. And there we go, get rid of that. Now the reason for leaving the root on is you can actually hang on to the root and it keeps everything together. Okie doke. So we're just going to roughly slice. I'm really hoping that this is coming out okay because the sun's come out outside now, which means it's going to cast a shadow on my filming. So hopefully everything will be okay. Okay, so the onion and the garlic are nicely sautéed, and I'm just going to roughly chop through the leek and the celery. There's no need for them to be finely chopped because they're all going to be pureed at the end. So just literally rough chop. Oops, escapee. And the same with the peppers too. Okay, we're going to add those to the onion and the garlic and get those sautéed as well. So that's the onion and garlic nicely sautéed. I didn't mention in the intro, I apologise. A little bit of olive oil, you need about a tablespoon just to sauté the vegetables. So I'm going to throw in now the rest of the chopped vegetables and then add the rest of the ingredients as well. Sauté the rest of these vegetables for just a couple of minutes, just until they've softened a wee bit. That's all sautéed and nicely softened, ready to get on with adding the rest of the ingredients. Adding the tin tomatoes, a really good dollop of tomato puree. So a good handful of fresh herbs going in there too. Not chopping them, not worrying about them being overcooked. They're going to add to the flavour and then we'll get whizzed into the sauce. A teaspoon of stock, and now I'm just going to add about 200 mils of water, just enough to submerge the ingredients. I don't want it too thin though. That's great, that's just come into a lovely simmer now. So I've turned it down. I don't want it boiling, just bubbling over for probably about 10-15 minutes until everything's, all the flavours have infused and it's thickened up a little bit. Lid on. So that's all cooked down and all the flavours have infused and that's ready to be whizzed up. So I'll get out my stick blender, and you can use a regular jug blender as well for this. There too, I'm just going to do a quick grind of black pepper and a sprinkling of this rather wonderful smoked sea salt. Okay, and then a little bit of noise. We really do need smelly vision. There it is, there's your nice, delicious, thick tomatoey sauce to use for pasta. You'll find all the ingredients and the method down there somewhere. And don't forget, if you want this a little bit thicker for a pizza base, then just allow it to reduce a little bit further. Healthy, fast, delicious, tomato, kid-friendly, hidden veggie sauce.